Hello, my lovely ladies, and welcome to another edition of Menopause Made Easy with Tanya, where my hope and my dream is that you step into your power and that you thrive in the second and third chapters of your life. Being in menopause typically your journey starts around 35, so you're spending a lot of time in this area of your life, and it's being talked about more, it's being recognized. There's a lot of thought leaders coming up and speaking about it. And there's definitely, this is a journey that was not even thought of 10 years ago for many of us. And I even have to say, even 5 years ago, when I really started diving into this in 2018, which is like 7 years ago now, but it was there was not a lot. So it's really great to see what's happening. As many of you know, I've been personal training since about 1989, somewhere in there. I've been teaching aerobics before that. I'm a Pilates instructor, a rolling guru, an older adult fitness coach, a sleep, stress, and recovery coach. I have so many certifications, I can't even list them all. But most importantly, above all my certifications, is that I'm actually a woman going through menopause, doing exactly what I'm walking the talk. There we go. I'm walking the talk, ladies. So I'm not blowing this out of my bum. I am giving you the goods. I'm letting you know what works for me, what I have done. And I have dropped my belly fat. I meant to pull my numbers today, but I didn't. But I have dropped probably about 5% body fat, which is huge, because belly fat, body fat is very stubborn in a woman. So first of all, we want to avoid packing extra pounds on. And secondly, we really need to give ourselves time, patience, compassion, love, curiosity. And then over the last few weeks, we've really been talking about strategies that you can use to begin to work with your body, with your changing hormones, that will give you the effects that you want with reduced belly fat long term, not a quick fix diet, but a long term plan where you can implement and begin to embrace these new habits into your daily life. So last week we talked about walking, movement, which is really, really important. So I hope that you've been able to increase your steps. And it's not about increasing your steps, it's about sustainably increasing your steps, noticing your ebbs and flow. And again, I think it's really important that you embrace the next year so that you can see your different movement patterns. Are you more active in the winter, the spring, the summer, the fall? How can you take those seasons and just elevate them a little bit more to benefit your health? So muscles are super, 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 super important. So like I said, I have been personal training a long time. I have been lifting weights a long time, and there are different ways to lift weights. So it depends on where you are. And I'm sure if you're all here, you want to lose belly fat. So that's where you want to go. So building muscle is definitely going to help you. As we age, there is a decrease of about 3 to 8% per decade after the age of 30. Okay. And then when you get over 50, it goes to about 5 to 10% that you are losing muscle. This is imperative that we keep this muscle on our body. Okay, so we're going to lose muscle strength if we don't keep lifting weights, which, that allows us to have our independence to lift objects, to, climb a mountain, like strong legs, exert force, right? And then we have muscular power, which is how quickly can we do something. So this is super important. I did a podcast episode on osteoporosis. But, just having the muscles that if you catch yourself starting to fall, you can actually catch yourself because you have muscle power. These are the things that we don't even think about. So I've talked about the word sarcopenia before, but this is when we have a loss of muscle mass, strength, and power. And it is, it's happening with age, partly because we're not lifting weights, we're not carrying heavy loads. So you're not out in your garden carrying 50 pounds of dirt or manure, or maybe you are, and that's how you get your weight. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a gym where you're lifting 10, 20, 30 pounds. If you have a very active lifestyle and you're hauling around heavy things, then all the power to you. I definitely don't. I am not doing a whole lot outside of my gym. Besides walking my dogs, I'm not lifting things unless I'm at the grocery store or hauling around bags of dog food. But I wouldn't say that is my daily action. So I need to make lifting weights a priority in the gym because it's not built into my lifestyle outside of workouts. I hope that makes sense, everybody. Okay, so when we're losing estradiol, which is part of estrogen, okay, it accelerates these numbers for women and it ages us faster. And so we really need to be mindful about what movement what stress we are putting on our muscles, which is also going to greatly benefit our bones. So important to get those 10,000 steps, but it's not enough. Okay. So it's going to be very helpful, but walking is less about muscle and bone, and it's more about, mood and helping with stress and, helping to use up energy throughout the day. So there's great benefit of walking, but and I'm a huge, huge fan and I walk a lot, but we really need to lift heavy things. All right. And so again, as I mentioned, this decline in estradiol levels during and after this menopausal transition really has some detrimental effects on our body composition. And so many of us have seen that with the increase in the increase in fat mass around our bellies, maybe some back fat, some arm fat. You may not notice the decrease in muscle mass unless you're testing for it. You may start to notice some of your strength is disappearing. You're definitely probably not noticing that your bone mineral density is diminishing. And if we don't really look at this seriously and figure out how we can lift weights at some point during our day, or at least 3 times a week, we are really putting ourselves at risk for frailty and chronic disease. So let's pick up some weights. And if you are not building your muscle and that's a step that you want to take right now, I have my Vibrant Living Academy, which is chock full of exercise classes starting as little as 5 minutes. And we have fun. We have so much fun. So maybe just see what's holding you back from joining the Vibrant Living Academy and talk to me about your fears. Talk to me about your obstacles. Let's talk about this so that this can be a step that you embrace and you start adding some resistance strength training into your day. And I know there's a lot of women that think I'm going to bulk up, or there's a lot of negativity around it. Let's talk about it. And this is what we also do in my midlife reboot program. So there is very strong evidence that exists to show that progressive strength training in aging women has positive effects on your lean body mass, which is your muscles. It increases your muscle mass, your strength, your functional capacity, which is super important to me because that's what I'm all about with you guys. I don't need to run marathons. I just want to go to the grocery store. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to play with my kids, play with my dogs, right? We're also going to build bone mass and bone mineral density. So strength training reduces your risk of falls and fractures and promotes physical and mental well-being. It promotes confidence and happiness. Listen, when I teach my classes, you should see the smiles of people after class. Like, it totally changes your mood. All right. So I love walking. Again, it's great. It clears your head. It gets you out in nature. But strength training is really going to improve your health. Like, there's no if, ands, or buts. And again, if I could put this in a capsule and you could swallow it, it would make headline news and But we just have to do it. There's no way around it. You just have to do it. Do it, do it, do it. All right. So if you have not lifted weights before and I'm here, we could set up some personal training sessions. If you don't want me, work with somebody so that you learn how to lift weights properly. Again, I'm telling you, in my Vibrant Living Academy, you can either access the classes that I've already taped, which there are thousands, or you can, every week, there's 4 classes that unfold, and there's at least 1 or 2 per week where we are lifting weights. And so I don't know what else I can do. I can't force you to do any of this. All I can do is know that it will change your life drastically if you can start to lift some weights. And again, an obstacle is time. Where do you put this in? Again, if it's that important to you, you will find the time. And I know that, you know, when I'm teaching my classes, we talk about, okay, how can we add extra movement into our day? So again, it's not just about a solid 30 minutes. We only ever work out for 30 minutes. Sometimes it's 15. I do amazing quickies on Monday. They're a lot of fun. But if you don't have 15 or 30 minutes a day, then we need to do some time strategy planning for yourself, because this is this important. It's this important. All right. So what you're really trying to do is get so a good warm up, and then you want to do some compound exercises like some squats with a shoulder press, some push-ups. You really want to make sure that you have your form nailed down so that you don't hurt yourself. That's why, as a personal trainer, I think it's really beneficial to work with one. Even for 5 sessions, you will gain so much knowledge. You would not start your job without training. You would not, when you look at a recipe, you're learning like this. I'm not sure what people's hang up is to invest in themselves and really learn how to lift weights. So I don't know, but I'm here for you. I'm here for you. We want to choose heavy weights. If you've never lifted weights, again, you're going to do some progression so that you can lift up to some heavier weights, because you want to do about 5 to 8 reps for about 3 sets. So again, if you're not at that level, let's build up. I just did a live class. I'm now teaching in the area. I'm doing live classes and it's fabulous. But one of the ladies in the class, we only have 2 and 3 pound weights at this studio I'm teaching at. And she says, I've never lifted heavier 3 pound weights in my life. And I said to her, oh, well, that's a compliment, because through class, I was teaching them how to activate their muscle, not just move their limbs, but actually how to activate their muscles. And I said, this comes because I've been personal training for the last 30 years. And so, I'm really a stickler on form. And if you're going to work out, well, why not make it like that 30 minutes worthwhile? And she said, no, Tanya, I've had like 6 or 7 trainers in my life. I've attended hundreds of classes. I've never had anybody ever tell me what you told me today. So I'm patting myself on my back there, but I am very good. I will say that I know what I'm doing. I'm very passionate. I don't want to waste your time. So if this is resonating with you at all, I'd love to have you come and join me. All right. So we want to lift heavy weights. I really hope I've driven home that point. Again, wherever you are on the journey, if you're just starting, you've been lifting the same 5 pound weights and nothing's changing in your body, it's time to overload those muscles a little differently. If you want to come and have fun with me at my Vibrant Living Academy, you're welcome to join our live classes, or you can catch all the recordings. But I think here, this is where the mindset comes in. What excuses are you giving yourself? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't want to do it. Maybe you don't want to do it. Well, then there's going to be a consequence to your actions. Sorry. So you decide. And if you're ready to lift weights and I'm your gal, please reach out. Don't be afraid. Don't let fear, don't let ego, don't let any of that stop you. I am here for you. I want to elevate and raise you up, and I want you to build muscle I want you to be strong and independent. I want your bones to function properly. And so get in the habit. This isn't a week. This isn't a month. This is, people will say to me, are you still exercising? Yes, I'm still exercising. This is part of you. This is your new identity. You are somebody who wants to lift weights. You are lifting weights. You are strong. You are independent. So start lifting weights. And if I can help you on this adventure, I'm more than happy to help you. So please, ladies, this is definitely going to help with your hormones, with reducing that belly fat, but you got to take action. You got to do it. You just got to do it. Stop thinking about it and just do it. All right. Big hugs to you all. Please share this with anyone who is wishing to lose belly fat. Please share, like, and subscribe my podcast. And again, if you want to step further, join me in my midlife reboot program for accountability and support, or my Vibrant Living Academy, where you will have so many fun workouts at the tip of your fingertips. And I will see you in the next episode. Big hugs.